Hello my loves. Right, this is my mother. She has had her nails on 3 weeks. It's just polygel overlay with a Madame Glam gel polish. This was sparkling hearts. So I've included everything in this video, like removal, prep, the lot, but some of it is sped up because otherwise you would be here for about an hour and a half. So I'm just removing, as you can see, the previous gel polish and the bulk of the polygel. She hasn't got any lifting. There was no problems with lifting or anything like that. We've found for my mum, polygel works best. It's the Madame Glam polygel she has, and it works far better for her than acrylic or hard gel. So everyone's different. And actually I've had that with another client of mine. She didn't really like acrylic. She wanted gel, but she got more lifting with gel than acrylic. So then I said, well, let's go for polygel because it feels lighter. My phone annoyingly cut off. Yes, so the polygel feels lighter and enables me to still provide support for the natural nail. So yes, it seems to be a big hit at the moment. I prefer acrylic to work with for design, and I love hard gel for its clarity, but I love polygel for my ladies that just want overlays because it just offers a little bit of support. Look how long my mum's nails are. Can you believe it? I say this every time. Okay, so then I'm just going to whiz over with my hand file. Literally just going to whiz over and just debulk a little bit more. Just a tiny bit. And also we're going to take that shape, that length down a bit as well, because they are rather long. So we're just taking some of the length down and just reshaping that almond tip. Just using my Calvinite file from Amazon. For this, it's a 100-180. In between going, please relax your hands, because I'm having a flare up, so my hands really hurt. This is the only set of nails I've done in the last 5 days, because man, I am sore. I'm in bed right now actually. Okay, so that's all done, and then we're gonna get rid of the dust, go in and push the cuticles back. Now I've changed my prep. That is why I am including it in the video, because people keep asking me what my prep routine is and it has changed. So I push the cuticles back very quickly, just whiz over it, nudge them back just to release them from that nail plate. You know, all that sticky excess non-living tissue, we want it out of the way, get it away. But then I've changed up the way I do things. So I have this groovy little bit for my e-file. I have it on a very low setting and I whiz over one side. So I do clockwise, or I do anti-clockwise, then I do clockwise. And this was actually, I had a student in and we were talking through prep, and she was saying, well, I've bought these bits and I've got this and I've got that. And I had a look and I was like, yes, I like this very much. So I ordered some myself. These are just from Amazon, by the way. It's just like a cuticle selection. I think like all of the e-file bits were like $12.99 for the whole set. So yes, and they work really well. So then I'm going back in the opposite direction, and all this one's doing is really just removing. As you can see, I'm laying it quite flat. I'm not laying it down into the nail. I'm going across the nail, so any cuticle that's kind of growing onto that nail plate around there, it's just going to exfoliate that very gently. I do not apply pressure, and I do not have it on full speed. So my e-file goes up to 30. I have it on between 5 and 10 normally. Okay, then this is the next bit. Now what this bit does is it pushes the skin that's hanging away from the edge, kind of starts to push it back a little bit so that it lifts up slightly, which makes it so much easier to see what is that non-living dry tissue that gets in the way, that's kind of translucent until you disturb it. It makes it so much easier to see it because it's disturbed, so it goes white. And you'll know if you're going the right way, and I got this tip from Kirsty Meakin, because the dust will fall on the finger. But if you're pushing the bit the wrong way, the dust will fall down onto the nail. So if it's pushing the dust away and pulling the skin away, you know that you're going in the right direction. Can't take credit for that tip though, that's all Kirsty. And then I've got this little exfoliating bally bit. This means that you don't have to nip that much. So I whiz around with this very gently again. And it kind of does the same thing. It removes bits and bobs of skin. I'm not pressing down onto the nail. I'm literally just whizzing over the dry bits of skin that are there. I'm not applying a lot of pressure, as you can see. Nothing is shoved or disturbed extremely. But it really has taken down the amount of nipping. And also, it really has helped with problem lifters and just timing. I am a lot quicker now. I don't need to faff about. I've got it. I just, every time, you know, any little bits that are hanging, I'm still going to nip, obviously, because they still need to be gone, but there's just not as many. Anytime you change something and you feel like it has a positive impact on your service, that's a good thing. And it is okay to evolve as well. You don't have to, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if you don't feel the need to change, don't change. But at the same time, if you try something new, that's okay. I feel like, I feel like it's good right now. So after we've done all the nipping and tucking, I've literally, before you say anything, this is a 180 grit sanding band. It is on like number 3 out of 30 on my e-file. I could run this up my arm and it would not hurt. I tested it before anyway. I'm literally whizzing over quickly, very gently. You've got to remember, majority of the nail has got polygel on it as well, and I don't want to take too much of that off, so I'm just whizzing over it, literally just etching the nail plate. Now, I mean, I've had chats with people who have been advised by nail groups, I'm not going to name and shame because that's not fair, that they should be etching the nail with a 100 or 150 grit file. No, that's not designed for natural nail. 180 grit or higher, as in like a higher number, which is a lower grit, a softer grit. And you don't apply pressure, you just tickle over the nail, you very gently. Otherwise you're going to end up with clients with very, very thin, damaged nails. And if I was doing it wrong, then my mother's nails would be very damaged and very thin, but they're not, they're very long and strong. She actually said to me, I can't believe how strong my nails are now. But I've been taking care of them for 18 months, so. Now I'm going in with my hard brush, and it's got prep spray on it, and we are literally scrubbing away any dust and dehydrating the nail at the same time. So it's 2 in 1. It's like a double up step, I suppose. I just feel like wiping over it. I'm worried that there'll still be dust there, whereas if I get those little bristles in there, give it a good get in there. Get rid of it all. And then we're going in with Madam Glam's base coat. So Madam Glam, I remembered the base coat. Madam Glam's base coat, and then into my lamp for 60 seconds. If you're curious about what's on my nails, I did a video. I will put it at the end of this one, so you can see it. Actually, it's quite interesting. I was watching Black Swan Beauty's video today, and at the end you can get YouTube to suggest what video you watch next, and I thought that was really funny because who knows what they're going to get. It's like a lucky dip, or not so lucky if you don't like it, I suppose, but yeah. Right, in with the polygel. This is Rose Pink from Madam Glam. I used it because I've always used this one on her, so I didn't see the point in opening a different bottle because, yeah, this one's already open. My other one isn't. It's a nice natural glowing colour, I like it. It's nice and sheer. And I'm literally just applying a tiny amount at the cuticle and then basically blending it into that cuticle line very gently and then feathering it down to meet the rest of the nail. And that's the application of the Polygel. It's very simple. That's why I like it. I have sped this up, by the way. I just thought it's quite samey when you're getting bored. Otherwise people would be like, oh my god, Sammy, your video is so boring. Can't please everyone. Just can't. So again, I haven't shown you every single nail of this bit because you would be really bored. I'm sure you would. It's the same thing on every single nail. Apart from this one had a bit of sticky stuff hanging on it that was really annoying me. There you go. Got rid of it. So smoothing the nail out. Nice, lovely, easy peasy. Polygel is so easy. I do all 5 nails and then stick them in the lamp. No problem at all. Right, once they've cured in the lamp, I'm going to remove the tacky layer. So there is a tacky layer left. So I'm just using isopropyl alcohol on a lint-free pad. I'll rub it in. And then we're going to get back and shape these bad boys. So I'm using my Nailmate steel file, 100-180 grit. I'm using the 180 grit side. Don't need the 100 grit side on this. I keep that for acrylic use. Just shaping them. I'll show you a couple. It's pretty samey. I do the free edge and shape that almond shape, and then I'll show you on the thumb how I do the body of the nail because I've got a good view of the thumb, so that's why. So I've kept this bit in real time. So I've done the free edge. I then go around the cuticle with my Calvinite file. I prefer the shape of this file. And then I go through the body of the nail, and I'm constantly checking from the side and down the barrel, always looking from all angles. And I still get to the end of a set of nails and think, I'm sure I could have done an extra 5 minutes filing and just made them even like more smooth. And so I'm just going over this with the 180 grit side of my file. Sorry, kids, husband stuff. So I'm looking at the side, checking the overall view of the nail. Is it nice and balanced? Are there any undulations and lumpy bumpies and divots and annoying things? And then I'm going to clean off all the dust again. And then we're going in with Madame Glam's one-step gel called When in Rome. Told you I'd be using, I knew she'd go for this one. So it's a beautiful pearlescent shell pink colour. And I actually found right at the back of my bits and bobs drawer in the salon this pigment in a pot with a number 8 written on it. So I don't know where it's from. And we're going to put that over the top in a minute, and it makes it look like a beautiful iridescent oyster shell. It's so gorgeous. So we're using this gorgeous colour pink. It's one step, so I didn't need a base coat. Goes in the lamp for 60 seconds, onto the second coat. Again, I'm not going to show every single nail of this because you would be bored. I use a detailer brush to go around the side walls and cuticle area just to make sure it's nice. So yeah, second coat. And I just use a little detailer brush just to tidy up here and there. And then once these have cured the second coat, I am going to apply top coat, even though you don't need to. But I need that rubbery, delicious consistency of a top coat to rub the pigment in. So I know you don't need a top coat with this, but we're going to apply a top coat. Oh, here comes Milo. So that will cure for 60 seconds, and the minute it comes out of the lamp, I'm going to rub that pigment in. I can't tell you where it's from. It doesn't have a company name on it. It's just a pot with a number 8. Oh, look at it. It's so gorgeous. It really zhuzhes them up, doesn't it? I love them. I think these are my favourite that she's had, and Mum said the same actually. She got it right close up to her eyes, and she could. Also, my mum's severely sight impaired. She's registered. She has a white cane and all that malarkey, so she very rarely can see what I've done. But because the light really reflected off of it, she kind of got this glimpse of it, and it made her happy. So that made me happy. So once that pigment is rubbed in, I'm going to apply top coat again. Obviously I'm dusting them off first. And then I'm applying top coat. And then I'm curing them in the lamp. 2 layers of top coat. Just to protect that pigment. I have only shown you 1 layer though, because you know what that looks like. And then there's a little video at the end. Oh, and my mum chose my new cuticle oil. I got some cuticle oil from Naff Stuff. I ordered it like a couple of days ago and it arrived just before my mum got here today. So it was delish. I think she had pina colada because she was talking about how she had a pina colada on holiday. Oh dear, sorry, yawning. Really unprofessional, but really, really tired. Yeah, so this is the pina colada. This stuff smells amazing. When I opened the packaging, I could smell it. I could actually smell it. And I was like, oh my God, I need all of them. So no doubt I'm going to be going and ordering some more because they're really, really nice. Really rich and delicious. And now I want a cocktail because of it. So yes, we apply the cuticle oil and then I massage it in, and then there's a little video at the end to show you my mummy's lovely nails. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It has been a very basic set, but I believe it's important to cover everything. I've got lots and lots of products to show you and lots of swatching and lots of design ideas. So yes, we're going to be busy. So until then, I shall see you in my next video. Tally bye!